Good evening. You're watching Independent News. I am Sakhawat Khan. We begin as usual with the headlines. Minister without portfolio Suranjit Sengupta has again denied his involvement in the railway money scam. The minister vows to take legal action to protect his image. The World Bank's panel of international experts is scheduled to reach Dhaka on the 14th of October to oversee probe into graft allegations in the Podla Bridge project. Tanveer and Rudro, two accused in the journalist couple Shagur and Rooney murder case, have been placed on an 8-day remand. Minister without portfolio Suranjit Sengupta claims that his former APS's driver Azam Khan's sudden reappearance and interview on a private TV channel is all part of a conspiracy against him. At a media briefing in the capital today, Suranjit claimed that Azam's allegation against him is false and that he will take legal action to protect his and his family's image.
Driver Azam Khan did not report to the Anti-Corruption Commission despite being summoned by the Commission. 6 months later, Azam gave an interview at a private TV channel RTV and raised corruption allegations against Suranjit Sengupta. Suranjit called today's media briefing to give his reaction to Azam's allegations. Suranjit said that he does not know the driver Azam. He also expressed surprise over the fact that a TV channel managed to find Azam, who in the ACC failed to find him despite issuing a summon.
I
am referring to the electronic media. You people aired the interview for 48 hours, but it makes me wonder that nobody but you know everything. Some print media also published the interview. I can take legal action to save myself and my family, and now I'll have to do it.
Suranjit again dismissed allegation of involvement in the railway money scam. He also said that there is no question of resignation because he has no positions now to resign from.
Just tell me what kind of probe do you want? And if I am proven innocent, you will have to apologize for the interview you telecast and the reports you published. But if I am proven guilty, then I don't care to die unsung and unlamented.
I don't care to die as an unsung, unlamented.
The minister also demanded a national and international probe into the graft allegation against him. The Awami League leader also declared that he will not get involved in any administrative work to pave the way for a proper investigation.
BNP Standing Committee member Khondakar Musharraf Hussain claims that most people in the country believe that Minister without portfolio Suranjit Sengupta was involved in corruption in the railways. He made the comment at a program in the capital today. Musharraf said that people want Suranjit Sengupta arrested. He claimed that the government will not be able to cover up Suranjit's corruption, just as it failed to do so in the cases of Abul Hussain and Mosir Rahman. The BNP leader vowed that Suranjit Sengupta will be brought to justice if the BNP comes to power. On a different note, Musharraf alleged that the government is trying to protect the perpetrators of the attacks on the Buddhist community in Ramu and also the killers of journalist couple Shagur and Rooney.
People across the country believe that Suranjit Sengupta was directly involved in the scam. Today he denied involvement, but it will not be possible for him to cover up his corruption. If the government does not take any step against him, we will ensure the trial of all such corrupt people when nationalist force comes to power.
The Anti-Corruption Commission will sue Sonali Bank if the bank shows any reluctance in realizing the loan given to the Hallmark Group. ACC Secretary Foizur Rahman said this at a press briefing in the capital today. He pointed out that the anti-corruption watchdog itself cannot file any lawsuit to recoup the money. Shonali Bank has to file a case with the Artirin Adalat, namely the money loan case. That's the money loan court. The ACC Secretary also said that the anti-graft watchdog will take legal action against the bank if it does not file cases over the loan fraud. The Secretary added that the ACC has asked for the wealth statements of 16 people. The people include 10 current and former directors of Shonali Bank, 3 officers of the Ruposhi Bangla Hotel branch of Shonali Bank, and 3 officers of the Hallmark Group.
The Commission has asked for the wealth statements of 3 officials of the Ruposhi Bangla Hotel branch of Shonali Bank and 3 officials of the Hallmark Group. It will be completed soon.
The World Bank has said that an external panel of international experts will come to Dhaka on the 14th of October to oversee the investigation into graft allegations in the Padma Bridge project. The Anti-Corruption Commission is investigating graft allegations in the bridge project. The external panel of experts will monitor the ACC probe and will then submit a report to the global lender. The panel will also hold talks with the Bangladesh government on several issues related to the investigation. The World Bank announced the panel on the 5th of October. World Bank financing of the Padma Bridge project largely depends on the report of the panel of experts. Earlier in June, the World Bank withdrew financing for the project over graft allegations. The Anti-Corruption Commission has frozen 10 bank accounts of the Destiny Group in the last 2 days. The anti-graft watchdog will gradually freeze all 533 bank accounts of the group on the charge of irregularity and corruption. The ACC sources say that the bank accounts are being frozen to ensure that Destiny officers cannot withdraw money from any of its accounts. The Destiny Group maintains accounts in 100 branches of 31 banks. A Dhaka court today placed 2 accused in the journalist couple Shagur and Rooney murder case on an 8-day remand each. The accused are Tanveer and Rudra Polash. Tanveer is said to be a family friend of Shagur and Rooney, while Rudra is a security guard at the couple's residence. Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Keshop Roy Chaudhary passed the remand order after hearing the case. Earlier, the RAB produced Tanveer and Rudra before court and appealed for a 10-day remand. The lead force also appealed to the court for 4 suspected murderers of Dr. Narayan Chandra Dotto to also be shown arrested in the Shagur Rooney murder case. The court later fixed the 14th of October for the next hearing on the case. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said that the interests of developing and of least developed countries continue to be neglected. This is because multilateral institutions are more interested in serving the interests of developed nations. She lamented this characteristic of multilateral institutions after inaugurating the D8 ministerial meeting in the capital today.
Of world Muslims.
8 major Muslim countries formed the D8 alliance in 1987 with the aim to boost economic cooperation between themselves. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the 3rd D8 ministerial meeting on industrial cooperation at the Ruposhi Bangla Hotel in the capital today. At the program, Hasina said that the alliance signed several trade deals in the last 15 years, which are yet to become effective. She also urged D8 member states to reach a consensus on the deals to foster sustainability in the competitive global market.
Unfortunately, multilateral organizations concentrate more on the interests of developed countries. The interests of the developing countries are often ignored by these organizations. Now, the D8 countries should try to protect their own interests by strengthening relations among the OIC member states.
She also said that member states should work together to uphold the values of Islam.
D8 members should practice tolerance, justice, equality and cooperation in the light of Islamic values and culture. We have to reach a consensus against any form of extremism. We need to pay more attention to good governance, accountability and representative government.
Sheikh Hasina also proposed the formation of a high-level industry officials forum of D8 member states. She said that the forum will focus on issues such as initiating an open labor market among member states and on evaluating the importance of industrialization.
9 newly approved banks now have only a week to fulfill the conditions set by Bangladesh Bank to get their licenses. The conditions include depositing 4 billion taka paid-up capital by the 16th of October. The new banks will not be given licenses if they fail to meet the conditions. However, the central bank may extend the deadline for any specific bank if it provides valid reasons for not meeting the conditions on time.
In April this year, Bangladesh Bank gave the approval to 9 new banks. The central bank gave the banks a set of conditions to be fulfilled before issuing the licenses. The conditions include submission of all required documents within 6 months and the payment of 4 billion taka paid-up capital. It also bars loan defaulters from becoming sponsors. Among the new banks, the Farmers Bank and the Meghna Bank have set up offices and recruited high-ranking manpower. They hope to meet the conditions within the stipulated time frame.
We are now reviewing our paperwork. Bangladesh Bank has given us 30 conditions. We don't want our papers to have any fault or any flaws, and we will submit our proposals to the central bank on time.
What will happen to the banks if they fail to meet the deadline? The central bank says,
if our bank authorities find the excuses acceptable, they will be taken into consideration. The new banks will be informed once our senior officers reach a decision on the matter.
Moniruzzaman said an NRB bank has already applied to the central bank for extension of the deadline to fulfill the conditions.
We'll take a short break now, but here's what's coming up after the break. Police have arrested Shibir leader Muqtadir from Chittagong for instigating the Ramu Buddhist temple attacks. The Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology has been closed for a month amid protests following Chhatra League attack on a student. Welcome back. You're watching Independent News. Police have arrested Shibir leader Muqtadir from Chittagong for instigating the Ramu Buddhist temple attacks. Muqtadir was arrested last night from Muradpur in the port city. He was taken to Ramu this afternoon. The police said that Muqtadir was one of the masterminds of the attack on the Buddhist community on the 29th of September. Muqtadir is a computer engineer by profession. We have more news now, but that's with Adnan Hussain. Adnan, do you have anything interesting for us?
SM Sultan's birthday. Death anniversary.
Oh, death anniversary, yeah. Well, tell us about it.
Sure. Thank you. The Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology has been declared closed for a month amid student protests. The protests were triggered after a Chhatru League activist assaulted a student on the campus over a trivial matter yesterday. Following the incident, agitating students surrounded the office of the Vice-Chancellor this morning. Later, at an emergency meeting, the authorities declared the university closed until the Eid and Puja vacations. Additional police have been deployed on the campus to maintain law and order. The nation is observing the 18th death anniversary of renowned artist S.M. Sultan today. The Norail District Administration and S.M. Sultan Foundation are holding special programs to mark the day. The foundation organized a special prayer session and paid homage to the renowned artist by placing wreath at his grave in the district. A children's painting competition was held to mark the day. At a program later in the day, speakers highlighted Sultan's career and personal life. There is an exhibition hall around S.M. Sultan's grave in Norail that was built in his honor. However, a number of rare and invaluable artifacts preserved at the establishment face the possibility of being stolen because of inadequate security.
Sultan was born in Machimdia village in the Norail district on the 10th of August in 1924. After only 5 years of schooling at Victoria Collegiate School in Norail, Sultan joined his father to work as a mason. He began to sketch the buildings his father used to work on and developed an artistic disposition. Later, Sultan attended the Calcutta Art School despite severe financial constraints. Sultan used mainly vibrant watercolors to depict nature and rural life. The philosophical art of the great painter spoke of nature and its influence on the people of Bangladesh. He himself led a very simple life and breathed his last on this day in 1994. Later, a complex with an exhibition hall was built around his grave. It houses 27 of his paintings. People from across the country visit the exhibition hall regularly. However, people concerned admitted that these priceless paintings are in danger of being stolen. The curator of the complex said that it's necessary to appoint security guards on the premises.
3 Ansar battalion personnel are on duty here, which is not enough. I believe that the security arrangement will be strengthened if at least 10 Ansar men are appointed here.
The International Cricket Council, ICC, and the cricket boards of Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Bangladesh have agreed not to appoint any of the umpires implicated in the sting operation conducted by India TV, pending the outcome of investigations. India Today reported that the umpires agreed to accept money to give decisions favouring certain players. The sting names 6 umpires, Nadir Shah from Bangladesh, Nadeem Gori and Anis Siddiqui from Pakistan, and Sagara Galage, Maurice Winston Zilwa and Gamini Dissanayake from Sri Lanka. All of them have, in various media interviews, denied involvement in match fixing. That's all from me now. Anything that you want to add, Sakhawat?
No, I think that's all we have time for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at our usual time of 8 p.m. Thank you for being with us and good night.
Good night.